bargain, ending the Russia-Ukraine war without firing a shot. As the war in Ukraine continues to ravage the region, the United States finds itself deeply entangled in a conflict with no clear resolution in sight. Billions in military and humanitarian aid have been poured into Ukraine, yet peace remains elusive. In contrast to President Biden's open-ended support for Ukraine, President Donald Trump's approach is far more pragmatic, offering a way out of the war while still protecting America's interests. Trump's strategy, while unconventional, is grounded in common sense and leverage, not endless military intervention. Instead of risking further escalation with Russia, Trump would seek a peace deal that ensures America comes out on top, without firing a shot. Trump's a strategic exit for Russia. One of the greatest obstacles to peace is Russia's need to save face. President Vladimir Putin cannot afford to lose the war without offering something to his people. While Russia's military is weakened and its economy is under siege from international sanctions, Putin needs a way out. Trump understands this better than anyone. Under Trump's plan, Russia could claim partial victory by keeping control of Crimea and parts of the Donbas region. Importantly, Ukraine would remain outside NATO, a key demand from Russia. Yet the deal wouldn't come at the expense of Ukraine's sovereignty. The US and NATO would maintain a presence in Ukraine under the guise of peacekeepers, ensuring that Ukraine is protected without provoking further Russian aggression. This deal would be a masterstroke. Putin could claim he achieved his goals, preventing NATO expansion, while the US and NATO would maintain their influence in the region. The war would end, but the US would still be the dominant power in Europe. Ukraine's future, economic security without NATO membership. While Ukraine has bravely resisted Russian advances, it has also been clear that NATO membership is an impossible goal without provoking Russia. Trump's solution would allow Ukraine to remain a strong, independent state, receiving all the benefits of NATO protection, without formally joining the alliance. The deal would ensure US and NATO troops remain in Ukraine to act as peacekeepers, deterring further Russian aggression. But it wouldn't just be about military security. Trump's deal would also bring massive American investment to rebuild Ukraine's war-torn economy. With control over Ukraine's rare earth minerals, vital for technology and defense industries, the U.S. would secure exclusive access to these resources, reducing dependence on China. Ukrainian reconstruction would be led by American companies, turning the country into a long-term economic partner for the U.S. In this deal, Ukraine gets the security it needs, along with the economic support to rebuild its future. America's win, strategic advantage without war. Trump's approach guarantees that America's interests are safeguarded, but without the need for another costly military conflict. Unlike Biden's open-ended support for Ukraine, Trump's deal would ensure that U.S. investments in Ukraine would yield real returns. And the U.S. would not only help rebuild Ukraine, but would also benefit from exclusive access to rare earth minerals and a strategic military foothold in Eastern Europe. More importantly, the deal would split Russia from China, preventing the dangerous formation of a Russia-China-Iran-North Korea alliance that poses a far greater long-term threat to the U.S. This is a deal that ensures America wins without firing a shot. Trump would leverage economic power, diplomatic maneuvering, and strategic alliances to achieve what others could not. Lasting peace in Ukraine, Russian cooperation, and a shift in global power dynamics that benefits the U.S. The bigger picture, a new approach to global leadership. In Trump's view, the United States is no longer the world's police force, and no longer should it bear the cost of defending others without clear, tangible returns. Foreign aid must be reciprocal, and in this case, America would get something in return for its investments. A stronger, more secure Ukraine, access to valuable resources, and a weakened Russia. Instead of endless wars and vague promises, Trump's strategy would be a new, smarter approach to global leadership. America's influence would grow without unnecessary conflicts, and U.S. companies and military personnel would benefit from a well-structured, long-term partnership with Ukraine. Final thought. While others may debate military escalation and endless sanctions, Trump's strategy focuses on achieving peace and prosperity for both the U.S. and Ukraine, without ever firing a shot. If the United States is going to continue leading on the global stage, it must do so through strategic diplomacy, not blind charity or reckless intervention. Trump's grand bargain offers just that, a pragmatic solution that secures America's future and ends the war in Ukraine with a deal that no one saw coming.